Yeah, think about it. I mean, he wasn't this football player, and where he is, he might have never met Taylor Swift, right?
Yeah, true. and he reached out to her, from what I saw.
Yeah, wasn't it like his dad?
Taylor Swift documentary.
Or somebody
yeah,
that
I think his,
helped like arrange
or
a meetup or something?
Somehow her mom was involved too, like wanted to know. Or, yeah, it's on that. I saw the Taylor Swift documentary.
I know half of San Antonio Swifties out there are watching, so they're like,
yeah,
no,
I watched
y'all
it with
are
my
wrong.
daughter. Yeah, exactly.
All right, tell us the real story, y'all.
Let's talk about this mountain cedar story. It's getting a hold of everybody, and now up over 20,000 today. Very heavy, and I want to just kind of recap what's been happening with the cedar being the heaviest we've seen in 2 years. So today's 20,700. Yesterday, 15,410. We had dropped to 420 and moderate on Monday after a weekend in the 5-digit counts. In fact, Saturday and Sunday were both around what we saw yesterday, 15,000, but now 20,000. And keep in mind that we go through at least, I would say, late February on cedar season. So we might just see some just astronomical counts because we're off to a really heavy start. And we haven't even seen like big north winds like we're going to get on Saturday. And that definitely increases it because it's the juniper trees that send in that mountain cedar. 75 and mostly cloudy. Looks a little on the hazy side. Winds are calm. Dew point 15 degrees away. So it's a bit of a humid 75. If you're heading out this evening, really no jacket required. We stay mild. We stay dry. Some of these clouds early, they do look like rain. I call them deceptive cloud cover, and it looks like rain, but we're not going to get a drop, unfortunately. And we go down to the mid 60s and still not at our average high at 2 a.m. We should be around 63. Then by morning, Friday's going to have a little bit more fog to develop. We won't have the winds tomorrow like we did this morning. So east of the city on I-10, south on 281 mainly, and maybe even I-37, you're going to run into some pretty thick fog until about mid-morning Friday. All right, let's talk about Friday rain chances. They are improving. The HRRR showing us the best case scenario as far as getting the most rainfall out of this system. And you can see some pretty decent rain at about 11 a.m. tomorrow. And this is a nice line from just north of Hondo and Castroville through northwest Bexar County and pretty much up the I-35 corridor. A secondary batch at about 4 or 5 p.m. before that clears out and then gets cold. Look at this, behind the cold front on Saturday morning. Very strong north winds and very, very cold air as far as that north wind and what we've been compared to getting, right? It's going to be about a 40-degree difference. I mean, we're hitting the 80s in the afternoon, but behind this front, this cold north wind is going to really be biting and giving us a big change in temperature. Now, the Severe Prediction Center is throwing in a chance, mainly east of San Antonio, not including us, but does come up as close as Seguin, on getting a few rough thunderstorms with this front on Saturday morning mainly. But it's a long shot, and it's going to be a much better chance east. And again, this is only a 1 out of 5 risk. Let's take a look at the 14-day forecast from our river barge cruise down at San Antonio River. 80 tomorrow, the rain chance 30%. And then on Saturday, weather impact alert because we've got north winds between 20 and 30 miles per hour on Saturday. So please keep that in mind. 58 the high. Then some cold mornings. We got 38 Sunday, 36 Monday. Those are freezing temps in the hill country for sure. In fact, those lows will be near 30 on both mornings. Rain chance again on Tuesday at about 30%. And then the weekend of the 17th and 18th, we got another good cold front coming through.